What is your story going to be about tonight?
About a puppy and, a baby cat.
Puppy dog and a baby cat.
Yes.
This is a story about Bongo and Bango. It was a family of humans, and the guy wanted to adopt a dog, but the girl wanted to adopt a cat. And so they said, okay, we're going to go to a shelter and we're going to look at dogs and cats, and whoever's the cutest, that's the one we're going to adopt. Deal, said the girl. They went off to a shelter, and as they were looking at dogs, they found the cutest puppy ever called Bongo. And so they adopted him. But the girl said, hold on, hold on. We still haven't seen kittens. All right, let's go see the cats. And they found the cutest kitten ever called Bango. And they couldn't resist them, so they decided to adopt them both. Well, Bongo and Bango grew up as little brother and sister playing with each other. And the crazy part is, because dogs and cats can't talk, Bongo thought that Bango was also a dog. And Bango thought that Bongo was also a cat. And so, but nobody ever told them. I mean, they knew they were brother and sister, and so they figured they were the same thing. Plus, to be honest, cats and dogs are not good at looking at themselves in the mirror. They think it's somebody else that they're seeing. They don't realize that it's their own reflection. So they never realized. Yes, they noticed that Bongo was bigger than Bango, but they thought that's normal, I guess, for dogs and cats. For cats, some are bigger than others, and the other one thought that it's normal for dogs, right? So Bongo and Bango thought all their lives that they were the same, and they behaved the same. I mean, they loved the same things. They chased after each other, except for some things. For example, Bango the cat would go pee in a litter box, and Bongo would think that's too small for me. If I try that, I would mess it up. And so, and plus, it's so much more fun when they take me out. And the owner still took Bongo out, and he could go pee and poop outside. He never understood why Bongo didn't go outside with him, and Bongo didn't understood why Bongo had to go outside when sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's cold. So much better to stay inside. But other than those little differences, they always thought that they were the same. Until one day, something crazy happened. They were both playing with each other, and when they crashed against the mirror, and they looked at themselves in the mirror, and I'm not sure if it was the uh, exercise they were doing or the fact that they were tumbling and rolling everywhere, but what was it that made them realize that that reflection was of them and that they were very, very different? That day, Bongo started looking at the mirror very closely, noticing the differences. The nose, the tail, the legs, everything looked very different. Bongo did the same thing. That's when Bongo realized some things that he had always known, but did not really understood. For example, why was it that other dogs outside looked so different from Bongo and smelled so different? And in fact, he could tell by the smell of other dogs which dog lived with a cat and which didn't, because it smelled different. And now he realized why that was. And Bango the same. Why is it that his food is different than mine? Why is it that when I see a bird, I want to jump and eat it and he doesn't care? Why is it that if I see anything moving, I have to catch it and Bongo doesn't mind? They both understood that they were so different. And so they decided they couldn't play with each other anymore because they were so different. And so they separated, and each one went to their favorite spot of the house and stopped playing for the day. Bongo was very confused, and so was Bango. The night came, they slept, and in the morning, they realized they couldn't play anymore because they were dog and cat. They were so different. But the day was so long and so incredibly boring. But they couldn't, right? I mean, they were different. And so minutes turned into hours, and the hours grew larger and larger until at one point, Bongo felt something swat his tail. It was Bango. She had sneaked up behind Bongo and stopped and swatted at his tail, like cats love to do. Bango looked back and realized what was going on, and before he knew it, his tail was wagging. And of course, Bango loved it when Bongo's tail was wagging because he could catch it and bite it. And then they were both playing and having so much fun together. And after they stopped rolling and running each other all over the house, and they were panting and so tired of playing so much, Bango finally said something to Bongo with her soul in her eyes. She said, "Is it possible that we look so different on the outside, but we are still equal on the inside?" And Bongo said, "Woof." I mean, yes, Bongo, which is dog language for of course. How we look on the outside.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Because how we look on the outside doesn't always tell you what you look like on the inside. And that's what Bongo and Bango learned that day. The end.
Yay! Best one.
Good night, bye-bye.